Just
No.
yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's always there, but you didn't think about it, right?
Right, and it's strange too. We got together with a few buddies right at first.
Right.
And then it kind of faded away. We all went about our lives, and really we didn't really get together until after the year 2000, when I went to the big reunion, and then we started having our little mini reunions. And so you get close, and then you drift apart, and then you get close again. And then one by one, your closeness kind of dissipates because you're dropping out one by one. Like this last group of 5, 6 guys that I was together with, I'm the last one.
Are there any that actually were with you there that you are still meeting with?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, not now anymore, no.
Right.
The last one just passed away a few months ago.
Mm-hmm. But were there some that you did keep in contact with, or?
Just in the last few years, yeah. And then through Christmas cards.
Right, sometimes, yeah.
Do you think that the 50th anniversary celebration in 1994 and the 50th anniversary of D-Day, that seemed to me that have sparked a lot of this remembering and reunions?
It probably did. That was the beginning of it, yeah. But our division association was formed way back in 1950. Somehow I never got word of it. I don't know how. And I didn't know about it until 2000. And they had been meeting every couple of years since the early 1950s. And
so have you talked to your kids about it now, or?
Well, they ask questions about it, yeah. My son, one son is, he was in Vietnam, and when he moved out of the state, he asked me if he could take the medals that I had, and so these books, the division and battalion books with him, and he did, and I gave them to him, and I guess he's keeping them for me. The books were in the garage on the move, and they kind of stayed there, and the mice got at them. But they kind of chewed the corners off the books, but they're still there.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take some pictures of those, but before is there anything else that you wanted us to share? Again, this is more to maybe help somebody who hasn't been through the experience that you've had. So,
well, it's not really. It's one of those places where you're told what to do. You don't say, well, can I do this?
Can I maybe do that instead or something? Right.
Did you ever find yourself in a position to have to try to make decisions on your own without orders? Just because of the...
Oh, yes. Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
That's quite often, but it's kind of generally bred in. You know what you have to do, and you do it.
You have an objective.
Yeah.
Then doing this, whatever it takes. Yeah.
And of course, the toughest part, from my point of view, being the platoon sergeant, is sending somebody out. Say, you got to go do this.
Yeah, especially if they don't come back.
Yeah.
Did that stay with you?
Well, usually, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even till today.
Yeah. Well, I don't think about it anymore.
No, you don't think about it, but you know it's there.
Yeah. I know, particularly in one instance where we had to send 2 men with each company. One of the men happened to be from New York, and he was one of these ASTP guys. He didn't have too much training, but I mean, as far as infantry basics. But he was wounded, and he laid out in no man's land. This is stories I get later, that he laid out in no man's land there where nobody could go to get him, and he was wounded and moaning, and somehow or other, before he finally died, and somehow or other his family found out that he was out there wounded. I guess somebody
somebody told the story.
Told the story, and they were quite upset. They were going to start a lawsuit, and this is stories I get. I don't know if it's fact or not, but they were going to sue the government for letting their son die. But that
it's already happened. You can't go back and change that. Yeah.
Well, and how many? If someone had gone out to try to save him, and it's no man's land, they're putting.
Everything was. That was a night where there were a lot of flares in the air, and they were under machine gun and sniper fire. So. This is our division history. Starts out in the time that we were reformed. Of course, the 78th Division goes back to the First World War. And I guess they were kind of put out of service until 1942, I think they were.
Can you want to show us that one picture? Is it
no, this is a note that I stuck in there.
Okay.
But this one fella, particular one of the squad leaders, who was wounded right after the first of the year, I got in touch with him, and we met in. He's from Indiana, and we met in Walloon Lake. Or his niece had a place in Walloon Lake, so we met at the Perry in Petoskey, and he took these books home, and he put little paper clips on things that reminded him there. Like here it says a shoe minefield was blocking their path, and then
Can you show me one of those pictures there, or you got?
yeah.
Yeah, just turn around. Just all you do is flip it around.
Well, this is clearing a mine path in the snow, clearing a path through a minefield.
And you did some stuff like that, right?
Yes,
Your division did a
yes,
lot of
that's
that.
one of the things we had to do. But he, as he was looking through the book here, he read a part here. There it is. He put the date that he was wounded, January 5th. Oh, that was right where that he stepped on a shoe mine and lost a part of his heel. And he was a athletic type. He was a boxer, Golden Glove boxer, and he kind of had to give that up. Now here's the Red Cross serving coffee and donuts in the rest area.
So he found the history to be accurate to what happened to him.
Oh yes, yes it could. This is that Schwamanuel Dam that we were trying to keep from being blown up. If that dam had been blown, it would have flooded the whole Ruhr Valley and would have extended the war quite a bit.
So you were successful then?
Yes.
It's good.
This is just a general map of the Ruhr River and the different armies that we were attached to at different times. This is a couple of infantrymen that were on the lookout there. And this is the Remagen Bridge before it collapsed.
Can you kind of aim that towards me a little bit? Then I
Yeah,
can see
turn
it. Yeah,
this
there
a
we
little
go.
bit. There
Good.
you go.
Great. So you went across it before it went down.
Yes.
Now who took it down? Our side or theirs?
It finally collapsed.
Ah, it just collapsed.
They were trying to bomb it at the same time, and a few planes came out and bombed it. But it was pretty well. They had set charges on it and partially demolished it before we got there. But it was enough to get enough troops across. And here's a long shot of it from the, this is from the town of Erpel, looking towards the bridge here.
Right.
Of course, this is in peacetime. I think somebody took that picture before the war started.
And what else did you bring us?
Well, this is a kind of just a battalion history. And this is different maps of areas that we were issued. You know, the maps that the platoon leaders and platoon sergeants were given, where we had to go from place to place and down this road to point A. And
do you remember at all where you were?
oh, pretty much so.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Simmerap and
Lammersdorf.
Lammersdorf.
That was the really the town that we jumped off from. That's just on the edge of, that's still in Belgium. And we were trying to take the town of Kesternik, and they're having an awful time, and then we had to pull back into Lammersdorf, and we were there for almost a week, just kind of holding things. These are the different towns that, and there's the town of Schmidt. That was on the way to the, had to take Schmidt before you could get to the dam.
You get a lot of jokes about that,
Oh, yes.
did you?
Oh, yes.
You did.
Oh, yes.
Is this the dam right here? In this picture?
This is the dam here.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, that would have made a big flood.
And there's Schmidt again.
How did the townspeople in Belgium treat you? You said you spent a
Wonderfully.
week there, wonderfully?
Of course, in Lammersdorf there wasn't anybody, but the people that where we were billeted before we jumped off in Belgium, they were wonderful.
Were there refugee camps, or did people just clear out?
They just cleared out.
And wherever
they could go, and
Yeah.
at some of these towns that were finally taken, the people were still there, and they wasn't too much you could do with them. You try to find out which is civilian and which is soldier, and in most cases, where they hadn't eaten for a while, we fed them. But this little town of Kesternik, that was a tough town to take, and one of the infantrymen from our 311th Infantry got the Medal of Honor there.
Really?
He's the
What did he do?
he led some charges and did some individual things, heroic things that no sane man would do.
Yeah.
And
Now you got another package there of something.
oh, here. This was our battalion reunion in Louisville, Kentucky in 2000. So I was one of the few that still had hair.
Can you point yourself
Yeah, where
out
are you?
there? Where are you? Let's see.
Right there by my feet.
Right by your finger. Okay, got
The
it.
only one with hair.
Yep.
No, there's other guys that were there, but there's not many.
Thank you.
And this is a picture of our platoons, not a very good one. It was taken in the town of Hannaf, just a couple days after we crossed that bridge.
Wow. It's still a neat thing to have. It looks like it's numbered and it's got everybody's name on the back.
As much as we could remember.
Yeah.
And this is the group. I was about the only one from Michigan, and the rest of them were from Indiana, but close to the border. So we got together in Holland for a couple of summers, a couple of years for a reunion. And they're all gone now.
I think they're still with you though.
Yeah. And this is a picture of me in the snow.
Oh, please.
All right, I need to get a good hold that for a
Hold that one,
second.
yeah.
And that was just last week?
No, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. And this is a picture of that reunion in Holland with the wives.
Gotta have those wives.
And this is one of the fellows that went to Germany on one of the trips took this at the east end of the bridge, where there's a plaque dedicated to the 78th Division for being the first elements across the bridge. And this is fastened onto the wall of the tower.
That's still there. That's what's there today.
That's still there, yeah. That's there today. And this is I call it the platoon brass. It's myself and the 3 squad leaders and the platoon leader.
Okay.
And this was right after we crossed the bridge.
You point out which one you were?
Yeah, right.
Kind of hard with helmets on, yeah. Okay.
I'm the second one. I'm the one with the cocked helmet.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why, the government sent this about 2 weeks ago.
Did they?
Certificate of appreciation.
Oh, jeez. That's amazing.
You just got it.
Just got that.
Good timing.
So, my wife had set our name in when they were asking for him to put on in the Hall of Records, I guess it is, in Washington, and I think probably they got the name from there.
Have you had an opportunity to go to the World War II Memorial?
No, I haven't.
I would encourage you to do it if you're going to manage and arrange it sometime. It's a tremendous tribute to the work that you all did.
Well, we talked about it, but have never taken out the time out to do it.
If you can carve it out somewhere, I think you would really be amazed. I took my father, and if you wear something like your hat, you'll have strangers coming up and thanking you for your service.
Well, you know, it's amazing. I wear the hat quite often, different places we go, and different people, not just older people, but young people, come up and shake my hand and say thank you.
That's good.
And there again, I think Tom Brokaw had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, I agree. And also Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
That whole series by Tom Hanks is, it's affected my son. He's 16 and he's memorized that series practically.
Well, the Band of Brothers is about as close as the real war gets. I mean, it's not fictionalized.
Right.
Sure, parts of it are, but the things where you see people and things being blown up, it's the real thing.
Right.
That and Saving Private Ryan.
Yes, exactly. That's another one.